And I will go straight away to...
Just a minute. Hello? Naomba kama wewe sio official ya party ama mbunge, tafadhali mtupatie nafasi. Hii ni mkutano wa maana, tusimame kando tafadhali. Hapa ni governor, MP na party official. Na chairs pia. Na NEC members.
Haya, tunaomba msamaha kwa kuchelewa kidogo. Orange Democratic Movement, ODM resolutions of the National Executive Committee, NEC, held in Mombasa on 11th February 2026. The National Executive Committee, NEC, of the Orange Democratic Movement, ODM, held its meeting in Mombasa on 11th February 2026 to deliberate on critical party matters and the prevailing political environment. After extensive consultations and deliberations, the NEC resolved as follows. 1. Adoption of Central Committee resolutions. The NEC discussed and considered the resolutions of the Central Committee made on 12th January 2026. The committee unanimously adopted the said resolutions in their entirety. In particular, the NEC formally mandated the party leader to lead and oversee negotiations on behalf of ODM in respect of the party's pre-election coalition arrangements with other political parties and formations, guided by ODM's ideological foundations, strategic interests, and the aspiration of its membership. 2. Implementation of the 10-point agenda and NADCO report. The NEC received and deliberated upon a progress report on the implementation of the party's 10-point agenda and the work of the committee tasked with overseeing the implementation of both the 10-point agenda and the NADCO report. The NEC expressed its appreciation to the committee for its diligence and commitment despite notable challenges. The NEC further called upon all relevant stakeholders and parties to urgently address the impediments that have slowed progress and to demonstrate goodwill in ensuring the full and faithful implementation of agreed reforms. With this regard, the NEC mandated the Leader of Minority, Honorable Junet Mohammed, to institute mechanisms to ensure the proposed allocation of 450 billion Kenya shillings to counties is made mandatory in the supplementary budget. 3. Compensation for victims of human rights violations. The NEC reiterated its unwavering commitment to justice and accountability. It called upon the national government to provide for the allocation of adequate funds in the forthcoming supplementary budget to facilitate compensation of victims of human rights violations and derogations. The NEC specifically resolved that such funds be channeled through the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights, KNCHR, to ensure transparency, credibility, and expeditious disbursement to deserving victims. Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya, that is Agenda 4. The NEC reviewed recent developments within the Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya coalition. It noted with concern that certain erstwhile coalition partners have acted in violation of the deed of agreement that established the coalition. In light of these sustained breaches, and in order to safeguard the integrity, autonomy, and strategic direction of ODM, the NEC resolved to initiate the formal process of withdrawal from the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition in accordance with the applicable legal and constitutional provisions. 5. National Delegates Convention. The NEC resolved to convene a National Delegates Convention, NDC, in Nairobi on 27th March 2026. The NDC shall, among other agenda items, deliberate on the party's strategic direction, ratify key decisions of the party organs, and prepare ODM for the forthcoming general elections. 6. Party discipline and leadership. The NEC expressed grave concern over the rising levels of indiscipline within the party, particularly at the senior leadership level. The committee underscored that ODM is governed by its constitution, the rule of law, and collective decision-making through its duly constituted organs. Having deliberated on matters relating to the conduct of the Secretary General, Senator Edwin Sifuna, the NEC resolved to remove him from office with immediate effect in accordance with the party constitution and applicable laws. Effectively, the Deputy Secretary General, Honorable me, yours truly, Catherine Omanyo, will act in this position until a substantive holder of the position is elected. The NEC reaffirmed ODM's commitment to democratic governance, constitutionalism, social justice, and the pursuit for a broad-based, inclusive, and reform-oriented government that reflects the will and aspirations of the Kenyan people. Issued at Mombasa this 11th day of February 2026.
Thank you. Hakuna maswali, hakuna maswali. Leo hatutaki maswali.
No questions. No questions. No questions.
First, I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you for having conferred to me this heavy responsibility of being the party leader of ODM. I am fully aware that this process was initiated by this committee of the National Executive Committee. And I know that the confidence you gave to me, you knew was not easy. But I will try my best. I will work with all of you, and we shall try our best to move on and promote our party from strength to strength. Our party must keep on growing from strength to strength, and we are not going to go back. I also want to take this opportunity to thank all of you for having done this immediately after the loss of our great party leader, Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. That was my brother, that was my friend, that was my comrade, that was my confidant, and I still don't even feel that he is not there. I feel so hurt, but all the same, we have to continue, life must continue, and in his honor, I will do my best until I go to the grave. I would also like to mention that when our departed leader left us, he left us in somewhere. He did not leave us in the air. He left us on some ground. And this ground where he left us was called broad-based government. And in this broad-based government, we have our partners who are older. Those are our partners with whom he left us. And we are continuing to plow and work hard to fulfill the commitments and the arrangements which brought us together. And one of them is implementation of the 10-point agenda, which we must follow meticulously and make sure that they are implemented to the letter as agreed. This is one of the things we agreed, but as a party, we have also agreed in the previous Central Committee meetings and also in our National Delegates Conference. We agreed that as a party, we are not in a hurry to say 1 term. We are not in a hurry to say 2 term. We are strengthening our party to prepare ourselves for negotiations. First, we start with our current partners, and as we move on, if we don't agree, we move on to discuss with other formations which are there. Or if there is no agreement with any, we go it alone as ODM. I think that is the position of the party, and I'm very happy with it. That is what we have been pursuing, even though some members and honorable members of the executive, I am not very happy that when we pass resolutions here, some of the members of this committee, some of the members of the Central Committee, who are policymakers of this party, go out to say exactly the contrary of what we have agreed in committees. It is okay if other members of our party exercise democratic right to say what they like. But really it is not right for me as a party leader to go out and shout what was not agreed and what is my own personal view, and I go and say that it is my democratic right. If it is your democratic right, then there is chaos in the country. Democracy does not mean chaos. Democracy must have some discipline. This party is a party like a club. When you join a club, you have to obey the rules of that club. You cannot disobey the rules of the club and you continue to pride yourself that I am the party leader of ODM and yet I contradict everything that ODM is saying officially. If you have anything that you agree with or you disagree with, this is a forum for you as a NEC. Raise those issues here. Let members decide. But once the members have decided, if you are in minority, the minority will have their right to say and the majority will have their way. That is the principle of democracy. The minority have a right to say and the majority have their way. That is why you do elections. If you are in minority, you follow what the majority have decided. That is the cardinal principle of democracy, which I want our party to adhere to, and I'm very disappointed sometimes. We just come here, we agree, and then when we go out, we say something else. I hope some of these issues will be discussed, and I hope that our party will continue to be strong, and I also want to condemn a trend which I have noticed recently. That is the interference of other parties in our party affairs. This thing called Azimio. We are the Azimio. The majority, the strongest party in Azimio was ourselves as ODM. There is nobody who can make a decision in Azimio without concurrence of ODM. And you cannot purport to appoint a new leader of Azimio, excluding and bypassing this party called ODM. If the ODM has not agreed, then there is nothing like a resolution of Azimio. And in fact, Azimio was dead when ODM left it. We left it a long time ago. It is only a formality which we have not performed and which we are going to perform very soon. We are going to exit that moribund organization called Azimio. So somebody should not be floating something which is moribund, he knows he is dead, and you are raising the dead from the grave. We are going to move out of it. I want to end there. My brothers, I was just making an opening speech. I was not here to make a lecture. But I hope that members will discuss freely, will discuss without any restrictions, and we shall make necessary resolutions as we go on. And I thank you all for listening to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Party Leader. Now, may I request that members of the media and any other person who is not permitted to sit in the neck to exit.